celebration. Muhoozi explains what his 48th birthday signals. Now, so many of you have been wondering, why did he have to, do such a celebration? What is going on? Why? And then he comes through to say, as for me, I enjoy private life very much. But this time around, I decided to celebrate with the general public. Because first of all, I want to appreciate God for bringing us out of COVID.
Yeah.
We all know what COVID did. People died, people lost their jobs. And I wanted to bring people together. And we appreciate the Lord together in unison.
Sure.
Yeah, but also, I want us to look at our ties with Rwanda and Uganda that have had issues, for the longest time. And now, there is some green light that has come to us. So we also ought to celebrate that. But also, he says this celebration, I did this because there's a force that he wants, to come up with. And this force is targeting the young people in the country. Okay. And he says it's high time government considers the youth. Because he says, I'm very friendly to these guys and I know what they love. I know their hearts. And because of that, I want to, help them and help the nation at large to realize their goals and all that they desire to do. But of course, there were jubilations, some of them. Some people, of course, they were, making noise of him being the next president and saying all that they had to say. But for him, he comes to explain, all I want the government to focus on is the young people. They love music, they love art. Yes. And with that, we can, appreciate and help them be better leaders at the end of the day. So again, we want to welcome you back, the ushers and everyone that attended the celebration.
Yes.
Now moving on, police and supporters of leader of opposition, National Unity Platform, Robert Kyagulanyi, still were on the weekend, they were involved in a cat and mouse chase.
With the police? With
the police. Why? Because earlier in the week, Bobby Wine was at some television station and he had a number of things to talk about. The corruption, the torture that has gone on, his supporters that have been in detention for the longest time and they've not brought to justice, to courts of law, so justice can prevail. And he had a number of things, to talk about. And then earlier on Friday, posters emerged on social media indicating that Bobby Wine will be, visiting different traders, talking to them and knowing what their issues are so he can, be able to help them. But while they woke up in the morning to start their trek on visiting the traders, police had been notified. So police was all over and they could not go through any routes. Yeah, and of course, with that, his supporters, they had to fight with police. A lot happened, but still, he did not go to where he wanted to go. But according to police, they say these people were blocking roads and disrupting traffic around the city, and that is why we had dispersed them. No one got injured, and there were no arrests during the operation, and the situation in town came back to normal. So in police's defense, they were only trying to, guard these guys from not, causing any damage or injuries to anyone. Because like we've always known, they refer to them as people that are not so easy to deal with. But a final story that I have in the Daily Monitor